Very good afternoon to all of you, my dear students. Welcome to the live class. So I will be dealing with the remaining portion related with the chapter, the Browning version, chapter number 6 from Hornbill. So hereby, dear students, I am sharing the screen with you all. I hope it will be visible shortly. So just hold on a bit. Let it be presentable. So as you can see, the screen is getting presented. Now please confirm me whether you all can see the text or not. It is visible or not. Please let me know about it. It is visible to all of you? Yes? Okay, thank you for your generous feedback. Now let us move on. You can also keep the text by your side. Today the last portion, as I mentioned in my WhatsApp also, the last portion I will be dealing with, and the last portion I will be concluding also. So see, I will be recapitulating few of the lines that I did earlier so that you can also remember a bit. So see, look at this dialogue. Frank, look, what time did Crocker Harris tell you to be here? Because Frank is also getting a bit restless because he was having a conversation with Taplow, but that was not his real intention of standing near the house of Crocker Harris. His real intention was to interact and meet with Millie Crocker Harris, the wife of Crocker Harris, isn't it? And that though he was having a fun-filled time with Taplow and it was quite enjoyable, but that was not his real intention. His real intention was obviously to meet with Millie Crocker Harris, and there is an anxiety, there is restlessness, there is anxiety, as we can see in this particular dialogue. Now Taplow, 6:30 sir. Frank, well, he is 10 minutes late. Why don't you cut? Why don't you cut means why don't you leave? I told you that there are some words, okay, there are some words in the context of the drama, they define something else, okay, but in our general perception they mean something else. So this line, why don't you cut, you could still play golf before lockup. Okay, lockup doesn't means that here jail, lockup and all this. What Frank is suggesting that there is still enough light, so it's not evening yet totally, so you can still involve yourself in some games and sports. You can meet up with your friends, you can hang out with your friends, you can play a bit of games also. Now before evening descends, you can, before it darkens, you can play games with your friends, you can play golf, you can play other games also. But Taplow, after listening to this suggestion, he was really shocked. Now why Frank is giving this suggestion? Because Frank, he himself is getting late in his meeting up with Millie Crocker Harris, because Millie Crocker Harris, she was also waiting to meet up with Frank. All of a sudden, accidentally, Taplow was also standing there, so Frank had no other option but to have a conversation with him. And as you know, and I like to repeat it once more, that from their conversation not only we get to know about Crocker Harris as a person, as a teacher, but also we get to know about the educational system prevalent in Britain during those days. We get to know we get to know the mentality of the teachers, we get to know the mentality of the students and how they feel about one another. How they means how teachers feel about the students, how students feel about the teachers. We got to know about that one also. So see this, cut the crock, Mr. Crocker Harris. I shouldn't think it's ever been done in the whole time she has been here. God knows what would happen if I did. He would probably follow me home or something. No, I can't actually leave this place because Crocker Harris is someone who is different from the other teachers, okay, and God knows if I move out from this place, he might follow me home, and that may turn a bit against me or against my favor. So I like to stay here, sir, and I don't want to move out from this place. So this line is very, very important. Okay, God knows what would happen if I did. If I did means if I move out from this place. he would probably follow me home or something. He might follow me home. So it's better let me stay here. Now look at the dialogue of Frank. I hope up to this it is clear to all of you. Is there any doubt at the back of your mind? You can ask me. Is there any doubt? It is clear? Okay, fine. So let us move on. Look at the dialogue of Frank. I must admit I envy him. Now when all these good things were being told related with Crocker Harris, Frank got more jealous of Crocker Harris. To be very honest with you all, when these good things, very positive things were being told about Crocker Harris, that time Frank never enjoys. Okay, that time he is a bit jealous about Crocker Harris, and frankly he is admitting it. See this line, I must admit I envy him. The effect he seems to have on you boys in the form. In the form means in the class. His class control is excellent. His command of the subject is praiseworthy. I am very jealous of him. I, like the other teachers, we all envy him a lot. We do all the things in order to gain popularity among the students, and he, being a very strict teacher, takes all the limelight. And that is the reason not only Frank, many teachers like Frank, they are all been very much jealous. They are all envious of Crocker Harris. Now see this line. You all seem scared to death of him. What does he do? Beat you all or something? That whenever, now Frank is asking a direct question to Taplow, that whenever you hear the name of Crocker Harris, you all get very much scared of. Now what does he do? Does he beat you all, molest you all physically, that whenever you hear the name of Crocker Harris, you are always scared? What does he do actually? That why you are so scared of him? Whenever the name of Crocker Harris is uttered, why you are all so scared of him? Now Taplow, good Lord, no, he is not a sadist like one or two of the others. Now immediately, very promptly, Taplow replied back to Frank by saying that, good Lord, no, he is not a sadist like one or two of the others. No sir, he is not a sadist, not a sadist at all. Now Frank, being a science teacher, he doesn't know the meaning of sadist. That is the reason the dialogue is like this. I beg your pardon, that because he haven't understood what is the meaning of the term sadist is all about. Now I told you already, a sadist is a person who enjoys inflicting pain on others, and Crocker Harris is not like that. Now that has been clarified by Taplow. Look at this, what he is saying. A sadist, sir, is someone who gets pleasure out of giving pain. Now because he realized at the back of his mind that his science teacher, his young science teacher by the name of Frank, he haven't understood the meaning of sadist. That is the reason he went on elucidating in this particular dialogue by saying that a sadist is a person who gets pleasure out of giving pain, or who enjoys inflicting pain on others. Now Frank understood right now. Now see, look at his cheap mentality. He is not fit to be a teacher because he is not serious about his subject. He is not serious about his teaching profession. He is very negligent about his teaching profession, and he is very casual and careless. Now those two words we can use with Frank. He is very casual on one hand, he is very careless on the other hand, and that is the reason. And he is very much eager to dig up controversies related to other faculty members. He is very much involved in, he loves actually in backbiting. Okay, and not only that, he loves actually listening to gossips. Okay, that this shows that he is not, he doesn't have a proper mentality of being a teacher, of being a sir. Look at this line. I hope you also will feel the same amount of hatred that I am feeling for him, okay, because of his cheap mentality. See this, that I repeated earlier related with his character. See this line, and here I highlight it for every one of you so that you all can see it properly. Look what is written. But I think he went on to say that some other masters, that means he is so eager, curious, rather inquisitive, in other words, to know that you refer to some other masters who are sadists. Could you please refer them to me? I want to know about them. But see, Taplow is very smart this time. He will not fall into the same trap. Previously, he had fallen inside the same trap of Frank, who actually made him impersonate the voice mimicry of Crocker Harris twice. He imposed on him. Remember the previous one? When he told, I got carried away, sir, then Frank told, yes, he got too much carried away, and then he was literally forced actually to do the mimicry once again. But now he is very, very clever. He is not eager to do that at all. See what he is saying. I won't mention names. No, sir, I won't mention names because you know them as well as I do. So I won't mention their names as such. Of course, I know most masters think we boys don't understand a thing. But sir, you are different. You are young, well comparatively anyway, and you are science. Okay, now what Taplow is saying, that teachers, they act smarter. They feel like that we don't understand a single thing. But that is entirely wrong. We do understand many things. Okay, we do understand a lot. And obviously, sir, I feel like you are friendly, you are different in comparison to the other teachers. You are young and you are science, means you are a teacher of science. So you must know what sadism is all about. But surprisingly, sir, you don't know what is the meaning of sadism. Now see, Frank was not saying anything. There was a deep pause. And after that, he told, maybe in his own mind, he told, good Lord, what are our schools coming to? That means, oh Lord, what is this is a pathetic condition. Our school, this is really a pathetic situation. Obviously, for teachers like Frank, the condition of the school is pathetic, not for teachers like Crocker Harris. And Frank never ever criticized himself, never peeped into his own self to see whether he is a good teacher or not, whether he is serious related with his teaching profession, or whether he is careless and casual related with his teaching profession. Never ever he realized it, and he came up with a conclusion that our situation of the school is very pathetic. Oh Lord, this is a very miserable state of the school. But never ever he looked into his own self. Okay, he is guilty. And for teachers like Frank, the school system is very pathetic. It turns into a worse and miserable one. Okay, I hope you all understood. Let me move on. Now see, Taplow is once again saying that the Croc is not a sadist. See, anyway, the Croc isn't a sadist. That's what I am saying. He wouldn't be so frightening if he were, because at least he would show he had some feelings. But he hasn't. He's all shriveled up inside like a nut. And please underline this line, dear students. And he seems to hate people to like him. This is his nature. Okay, he can realize it that students, basically Taplow is referring to himself. I do like him because of his strict mentality. I do like him because of his strict attitude. But it seems that he seems to hate people. Okay, more he seems to hate people to like him. And despite he could realize it, he can understand it, but he remains strict all the time. Okay. And see this line, I don't know any other master who doesn't like being liked, because it's a common human psychology. When you all wish me or any other teacher, we all like it, isn't it? And when we wish you back, you do like it, isn't it? This is a common human psychology. And even Frank also states it in the next line you see in page number 54. And I don't know any boy who doesn't use that for his own purpose. Every student use it. Definitely, why not? Impress. If you keep your teacher impressed, obviously it will help you in the long run for marks, for practical marks and everything. So it is a common human thing. It's natural. That is the reason Taplow told immediately to Frank that it is natural, sir, but not with the Croc. But with this, you can impress the other teachers. But Mr. Crocker Harris, he is in a different league of his own. It is very difficult to impress him. Mr. Crocker Harris, the funny thing is that in spite of everything, I do rather like him. I can't help it. Please underline this line. This shows, okay, that what is the feelings Taplow had for Crocker Harris. What Taplow is saying that in spite of everything, I do rather like him, and obviously in this regard, I can't help it. Now, Frank is saying that you are exaggerating. What is the meaning of exaggerate? Exaggerate means when you are adding color to your statement. Suppose an incident happened. You can relate to it. Obviously, you can narrate it in a normal way. You can exaggerate by adding more masala, more colors to it. That is the meaning of the term exaggerating. When you are saying many more things related to that incident. That is what Frank is trying to say to Taplow. He is trying to say to Taplow that you are exaggerating about Crocker Harris. But see what Taplow will say. No sir, I am not. I am not exaggerating at all. In form, I told you, form here means the classroom. I told you that there are many words incorporated in this drama. Okay, they in general perception mean something else, but in the context of the drama, they suggest something else. So form here means classroom, okay, or inside the class we can say. So let me move on. In form, the other day he made one of his classical jokes. Of course nobody laughed because nobody understood it, myself included. Now Taplow is narrating an incident related with a class incident when Crocker Harris cracked a joke in the class. Now that joke was so refined that no one practically understood it. It went above their head. But Taplow had a soft corner for Crocker Harris. He thought that sir may have felt bad. So he went on laughing. And Crocker Harris thought that maybe he understood the joke. So he told him to clarify it to the others. Now what exactly happened after that we don't know, because it has not been mentioned in your NCERT text also. See, whatever I told, it is written here. See, still I knew he meant it as funny as I laughed. Out of common politeness, ordinary common politeness, and feeling a bit sorry for him for having made a poor joke. Now I can't remember what the joke was, but suppose I make it. Now you laugh, sir. Now the important thing is that Taplow narrated the entire thing. Now out of common, ordinary common politeness, he stood up, he smiled a bit, he responded. Crocker Harris thought that he understood his Latin joke. He wanted Taplow to share it with his friends. Now see, when Frank laughed, Taplow went on sharing what exactly Crocker Harris told him. Now the most important thing is that he actually went on doing mimicry of Crocker Harris to make it far more fun-filled for Frank. So see what Crocker Harris actually told him. He went on doing the mimicry in the voice of Crocker Harris. See, Taplow, you laughed at my little joke, I noticed. I must confess that I am pleased at the advance your Latin has made since you so readily. Readily means immediately. Readily also means promptly have understood what the rest of the form did not. Perhaps now you would be good enough to explain it to them so that they too can share your pleasure. Now, because Crocker Harris thought that Taplow had understood his joke, that is the reason he is impressed with the progress Taplow made in his Latin language. Now he told Taplow that could he please explain it to the rest of the class. Now as I told you, dear students, what exactly happened after that we don't know because it had not been stated. Now immediately we find one more character, and that is Millie Crocker Harris, with whom Frank is having an affair. So she is a thin woman in her late 30s, rather smartly dressed than the general run of schoolmasters. Her way of dressing sense was a bit polished. It was a bit refined in comparison to the other schoolmasters. Okay, so she closes the door and then stands by the screen watching Taplow and Frank. It is a few seconds before they notice her. Now she was noticing them, she was looking at them for a long time, and Frank and Taplow, they are so much engaged in conversation that hardly any one of them had taken care of that. Now when Frank got to see her, all of a sudden Frank screamed by saying, "Oh Lord, see, come along Taplock, do not be so selfish and to be keep a good joke to yourself, tell the others." Now Frank was actually enjoying that joke episode that Taplock actually shared related to Crocker Harris with him. Now Frank haven't realized that Mille Crocker Harris was actually standing near the door. So when he saw Mille Crocker Harris, all of a sudden he told, "Oh Lord," because he was surprised. See, Frank turns quickly and seems infinitely relieved at seeing Mille. Now see, Frank is saying, "Oh hello." Okay, now you see Mille, "Hello." Now Taplock is very scared because Taplock thought that Mille Crocker Harris had overheard everything. So he told Frank that, "Do you think she heard?" That means he told Frank that, "Sir, ma'am heard everything, whatever I told related to her husband." Now Frank, as you know, whenever a student is nervous or a student is tensed, he make the student more tensed. Okay, see what he is saying. "I think she did. She was standing there quite a time." Now Taplock is saying, "If she did and she tells him, there goes my remove." Now maybe Taplock told it to Frank, or maybe we can say Taplock referred to his own self. Now what Taplock was fearing, that if she had heard everything, I did the mimicry of her husband and all this, if she tells all these things to her husband, obviously then I won't be getting my remove. Or if I get my remove, I will be getting low grades because she will be very upset with me. Now when all these things are going on, Mille Crocker Harris came in front of them and she had spoken to Taplock. Look at the dialogue. "Waiting for my husband." Taplock is still very much nervous. So he was saying, "Yes, Mille, he is at the Butchers and might be there quite a time. If I were you, I would go." Now Butcher, nothing to be worried about it. Butcher actually means the name of a shopkeeper. Maybe the name of that that name of that particular person was Butcher. So what Mille Crocker Harris was saying, that he might be at the Butcher. That means he went to that particular shop. Okay, he might be at the Butcher. So if I were in your place, I would have went to that place. So why don't you go and come a bit later? Because Mille Crocker Harris also want to have a talk with Frank. So he want Taplock to go from that place. See now. Well, why don't you run away for a quarter of an hour? What is the meaning of quarter of an hour? 45 minutes and come back. Okay, now but Taplock is still very much scared. Supposing he gets here before me. Now Mille, I will take the blame. Okay, I will take the blame. You don't worry. If he arrives before you, I will take the entire blame. You don't have to worry. She takes a prescription out of the basket. I tell you what. This is a very important line. I tell you what, you can do a job for him. Take this prescription to the chemist and get it made up. You do one thing, take this basket. Inside the basket there is a prescription. Go to the nearby chemist and druggist store. Bring some medicines for your teacher. This prescription is related with the medicines of Crocker Harris. So if he comes during this time, you don't have to worry. I will take the blame entirely on my shoulders. You don't have to worry about it at all. Now look at what Taplock is saying. All right, Mrs. Crocker Harris. He crosses towards the door upright. Finally, Frank was trying for a long time to convince Taplock to move out from that place, but Taplock stayed there because of fear of Crocker Harris. Mille Crocker Harris came to the forefront. Still Taplock had some fear that Crocker Harris, what Crocker Harris would think about it. But Mille Crocker Harris, she assured Taplock that nothing to worry. I will be taking the entire blame on my shoulders. You do one thing, Taplock. You take this prescription, go to the nearby chemist and druggist store, bring those medicines. These medicines actually belong to your teacher, Crocker Harris. Now, finally, Taplock was convinced and he decided to move out. So with that, this particular drama ends here. Tomorrow I will be discussing birth. It is the chapter from snapshots, and by this week only I will be completing that chapter also. I hope up to this it is clear to all of you. Is there any doubt at the back of your minds, dear students? Any questions, any doubt? Is it clear to all of you whatever I discussed regarding this chapter, the Browning version? It is clear to all of you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. So with that I end my class. Stay safe, have a nice day and take care, and see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.